So this is how the video is gonna go. I have 10 movies that I'm really not looking forward to in this upcoming decade, and 10 movies that I really am. So we're gonna alternate. So I'll say one movie that I'm not looking forward to, and then one movie that I am. So yeah, that's how it's gonna go. I was just browsing through upcoming movies on Letterboxd, and then this came up, and I just saw the poster, and it looks awful. The animation quality looks about as bad as Norm of the North, so we'll see about this one. The first Aquaman movie is one of the funniest movies I have ever seen. This one won't come out till 2022. All I'm gonna say is that I am very much anticipating it. I have no idea how they're gonna top the epicness of the first one, but we'll see. For those who don't know, I am a huge fan of the Venom character. I think he's really cool. And I really hated the Venom movie because it sucked. And now they're making a sequel. I have a little bit of hope for this, but not much. Tom Hardy was great in the first one, so that's all I can promise that will be good. Basically, the only reason this is on my list is because Wes Anderson is directing it, and he is amazing. I mean, you can tell by the trailer that this movie is going to look awesome. I'm pretty vague on plot details. I don't know what this movie is about, but if you watch the trailer, it looks pretty cool. I'm definitely looking forward to this. It looks funny, quirky, and has a sense of style that only Wes Anderson can provide.
Somebody wants to...
It's pretty obvious that DreamWorks is just giving into the meme at this point. And that really sucks because the first two Shrek films are actually gold. There's no plot details, but all I can say is that this is definitely going to be pandering. So yeah, definitely not looking forward to this. I am a huge fan of the MCU, even though I know not all of their films are great, and none of them are really masterpieces. I am a huge fan of their franchise. And it sucks that this movie was pushed back due to the coronavirus, but what can you do? Trailers made this seem really cool, so whenever this comes out, I'll be seeing it. I am a ginormous fan of SpongeBob SquarePants. It might be the best television show ever created. The first 3 seasons of SpongeBob SquarePants is some of the best comedy writing I have actually ever heard. I am also a huge fan of the first SpongeBob SquarePants movie. You know why? Because it was 2D! I wasn't a huge fan of SpongeBob Sponge Out of Water because that movie featured a little bit of CGI, which I really didn't like at all. SpongeBob SquarePants should stay animated. 2D animation. 3D animation is not something that suits SpongeBob SquarePants very well. So yeah, really wish this wasn't made and not looking forward to seeing it.
Swear to me!
Yes, I, like everyone else on the planet, am a Batman fan. I think he's really cool and awesome, and The Dark Knight is one of my favorite movies. I'm really just hoping that this is good because anything's better than what the DC Universe has to offer.
Why did you say that name?
The only thing that worries me is that the Twilight guy is cast as Batman. I don't know if that works, but I'm really hoping this movie is good.
Here comes Slipknot, the man who can climb anything.
So in the first Suicide Squad movie, DC was trying to copy Marvel's success, as always, by copying their Guardians of the Galaxy movie. But that movie was so incredibly bad, they're just rebooting it. And you know who directed that first Guardians of the Galaxy movie that Suicide Squad was trying to copy? James Gunn. And guess who they got to direct this Suicide Squad reboot? James Gunn. So yeah, definitely not looking forward to this one. Really, the only reason that this is on my list is because A24 is doing it, and they've consistently put out great movies. Judging by the trailer, the movie looks pretty beautiful. I don't really have too much to say about this one except that I'm looking forward to this being released. You all know how much I just love Disney remakes. And Home Alone is one of my favorite Christmas movies. So I really wish they would just leave this, alone.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is my favorite Spider-Man movie, and after it ended, I wanted more. The animation in this movie is unbelievably good. The writing in the first movie is really great, and I want them to bring that back for the sequel. All I can say is that I'm super excited for this. Ever since the Lego Movie was a surprising hit, Hollywood has been making movies based off of toys, and they all turned out just great. This seems like just another one of those. Really not looking forward to it? Who knows? It could be a masterpiece. The premise for this movie seems really interesting. Here, I'll read it to you. An unexpected detour turns a couple's road trip into a terrifying journey through their fragile psyches. Now, this film is going to be directed and written by Charlie Kaufman, who has made some great movies. He made Synecdoche, New York, Anomalisa, and he wrote Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which I really, really love. So yes, definitely looking forward to this. I honestly really hate Minions. I think they are extremely annoying, and I really didn't like the first Minions movie. I liked the first Despicable Me, didn't love it, I thought it was okay, and I've basically hated anything Illumination has squirted out since. And you know what? We're voting with our wallets, so if you pay for this movie, you're telling them that they're doing the right thing. So please, don't go watch this. I honestly adore Christopher Nolan. I think he is one of the best directors working today. His writing is so brilliant, and this seems kind of like an Inception-esque type movie, and that's one of my favorite films by him. Christopher Nolan tackling time? Count me in. Sony is attempting to start their own cinematic universe with Venom, and now Morbius. Now, Venom was a horrible movie, but they had a good character to work off of. Morbius isn't a very good character, so this movie's gonna be double bad. This Sony Cinematic Universe is probably gonna last about 3 movies, because Disney's gonna buy out everything in the next 2 years. By the way, the Morbius trailer is an actual horrible trailer.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
Recently, I've been really getting into the James Bond movies. I think Daniel Craig is my favorite. The Daniel Craig James Bond movies have an interesting pattern. They go from being good to bad to good to bad to hopefully good. As I said, I really enjoy Daniel Craig as James Bond, and I really want this movie to be good. So please, please be good.
You got Steve in me.
Do I really have to even say anything? This idea is flawed by design. It's just a bunch of corporate suits saying, "Oh yeah, Minecraft is popular with the kids. Let's make a movie out of it. Yippee!" That was a weird interpretation of a corporate suit. This movie is still in pre-production, but oh my god, I really hope this doesn't get made, because this is gonna make a lot of money from all the 8-year-olds that love Minecraft. And if this is in live action, that would be legitimately hilarious. And my number 1 most anticipated movie of the decade is Dune. Okay, let me tell you normies what this movie is. Now, this movie is set to be directed by Denis Villeneuve, and this holy messiah brought us one of the greatest films ever created. Blade Runner 2049. I just want to take a short little segue for a little bit and talk about how good Blade Runner 2049 is. The directing in this movie is unmatched. The framing of the scenes is so beautiful. The set design, too, is amazing. I'm a huge fan of the original Blade Runner, and this movie improves that movie in almost every way. The love story in this movie especially is a lot better than the original. And if you're going to watch this, please try not to look at a poster or a trailer. I specifically edited the trailer that you're seeing so it doesn't reveal anything. And of course, watch the original Blade Runner for some context. And now we're segueing back to Dune. Now, I don't have any trailer footage, but just based on some of the images we're seeing, this movie looks like it's gonna have some amazing set design and costume design. Even if the writing and acting is bad, which it probably won't be, we at least can guarantee that it's gonna look good with Denis Villeneuve behind the camera. Thank you so much for watching. It was pretty fun putting this list together. So, yeah, subscribe and bye!